And as with every other stage in the design process, we have a wizard to help us out to create reports. Let's look at that now. If you'll click New, choose the Report Wizard, and here we have an option. We can choose a query or a table at this time, or leave that blank and move on to the first screen within our wizard, which allows us to choose the various tables or queries now. As you can see, it identifies a table and a query separately. So if you've taken the time to sort or pick out certain information in a query, you can use just that query to produce a report. I'm going to choose an inventory report, and I'll move all the information over with that double arrow. And I'm going to go down to suppliers and move supplier name over as well, so that the supplier ID won't be there without some kind of a title to indicate exactly what we're looking at. Go next. How do you want to view your data? I think we should divide our data by supplier, so we can see a main supplier header and then every single item that we have in inventory from that supplier listed below. We'll go next. Do you want any levels or grouping? Sure. Well, with supplier name, let's have our description be the next most important piece of information. And here we have an option of how we want to sort the items in our inventory. We'll sort them by SKU number or by supplier ID, since we're looking at suppliers. And this again is an addition or an improvement that has been made to Access 2003, and that is the ability to sort up to 4 items in ascending or descending order. We also have some summary options for this report. We can go down here to summary options, and you can look at, say, our quantity in stock. Produce a sum of quantity in stock. Next. Now we can choose the layout style. A stepped layout is going to produce information in order of importance as we've defined it in an earlier step. Or we can choose a block layout, an outlined layout. You can see the small summaries over here of exactly what we want to look at. I'm going to leave it at stepped. And we have our styles. Go back to corporate. The title for this particular report will be suppliers, and that's fine. And we can choose to preview it or go right into modifying the design, knowing, of course, that a wizard or the auto report feature isn't going to give you every detail that you need. It's just going to be a good start for the building blocks. Normally I'd be going in to modify the report's design, but let's take a look at what we have so far using the report wizard. And here we go. In a relatively short period of time, we've got a pretty good start on our report. Now, we didn't spend any time inserting images into the inventory table, so nothing is appearing in the picture boxes. Probably I'd exclude them from the report anyway, so that I could look at just an informational summary. But here you can see that we have a sum of all of the inventory items by company. And at the end of our report, if I skip right to the end, the last page, it has a grand total summary of items in inventory. Pretty impressive start for the reports. And now, of course, we can go back to the design view and we can begin adjusting things. For example, I'm going to shrink the picture box a little bit and move that divider up. And that way we'll be able to fit more information per page, get fewer printed pages on our report, and when the pictures do arrive, they're going to fit nicely into that space.